let's move on to this next one.
Black and beautiful means nothing unless you're black and powerful. Let's just get that straight. You cannot be black and proud and niggas too. Okay, that white folks are planning for 3 generations, and we're planning for Saturday night. Right? Because the whole brothers and sisters is to win, not to look like we're winning. I would rather carry a plastic bag with $5,000 in it than to carry a $5,000 Louis Vuitton bag with $100 in it. You
Yeah.
ain't winning. Louis Vuitton is winning, Nike is winning, Gucci is winning, Armani is winning. You ain't winning. We are the consumption class. They are the merchant class. They make stuff, we buy stuff. It is interesting to me that the rich stay rich by pretending to be poor, and the poor stay poor by pretending to be rich.
Yeah.
This is we said that by 2053, 10 years after the majority becomes the minority, if nothing changed among African Americans, household median wealth will be zero. Zero. In effect, we will have worked our way into a second slavery, trying to operate in a market-based economy and a democratic capitalistic society without money.
Mm.
Let's see how that works for you.
Mhm.
Oh man, you
It's on us. And ain't nobody fixing us but us. White people are not fixing black people. It's been 400 years and we ain't fixed.
it ain't their
Well,
job.
People are not even thinking about black people. And I'm not hating on white people. I'm just telling the truth. You know who white people are thinking about? They're thinking about white people. They're thinking
That's
about
their job.
their wives, their children, their communities, their schools, their businesses, and your pockets. That's what they're thinking about.
Okay.
Now listen,
That people like that to me start racism, controversy.
Y'all probably
Okay.
not gonna understand what I'm gonna say when I say this, but the only way we're gonna fix that is if our black men be real leaders and do the right thing. Us women are following behind our black men. We constantly try to basically keep up with you guys sometimes as well, because like I was telling you, we don't have to. We don't have to. But because we have to match your aesthetic, we need to, so that we can get that man that is so materialistic. Because it's mainly y'all, it's not us. Y'all more materialistic than we are. We can get the simplest things, turn it out because that's how we are. That's what women do. We've been doing it forever, and be happy with it. Men gotta have the most latest things. They always competing with each other. Women don't compete with each other that much. We so quick to give each other a compliment. A man look at each other and be like, yeah, nah, I ain't giving that nigga no compliment. Are you dumb? Men need to lead us. When y'all start doing the right thing, we'll start doing the right thing with you. When you stop saying that you need this type of bad B and all of that extra crap, we'll stop trying to be that person and try to be the woman that y'all need. Instead of y'all need these extra titties, extra ass, extra this, extra that. You know, and it's not right. We steady trying to keep up with everything. And men don't realize they are the ones running us down this path.
Okay, that's an interesting perspective. Pretending to be rich. One thing I can say, and I agree with what he says, we're just talking about, and I don't think he was perpetuating some form of racism, saying that white people are only thinking about white people. What he's saying is, we as black people,
Do not think about each other.
we don't think about nothing but except looking good,
Exactly.
looking good. As long as I look good,
Spending that money on Louis.
there was this you remember that movie White Man Can't Jump? You remember?
I
You
ain't
remember
never
when
watched it.
Wesley Snipes?
Mhm.
Yeah, and there was a line and it was so true. I forget how it go. I'm probably gonna chop it up. And he said, "Nigga, you broke as a joke." He said, "Yeah, but I look good." Do you remember
I
that?
remember that.
Yeah, and that's all we really concerned about.
Mm-hmm.
As long as I look good, as long as my kids look good, my man, this that. It's like, so we spend so much time
Time and money on
and money
bullshit,
trying to look good.
trying to keep
You know
up
what I'm saying?
with the
Keep
rich,
up.
rich
Some
people.
forces. You got the new forces.
And the
You
rich
got them
people
forces,
ain't even
and-
doing that.
Exactly. They go.
Based on I haven't read the study. Like I said, no Negro read it. I didn't know it was even a study. But at the rate that we're going, we talked about this on the show one time, that black people in this country, we have the largest buying power. If every black person in this country, if we were all a nation,
Mhm.
Out of all the nations in the world, we would be the 19th richest nation in the world.
Mm-hmm.
With the money,
saved our money.
with the money that we spend.
Exactly.
With the money that we spend. Mm-hmm. Okay, so what are we going to do? We always talk. We can't change the world, but it started home.
Yeah, I feel
Exactly.
say what you finna do.
And it started home.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, what am I doing now to keep from falling in? If that study is true or nearly true,
right?
What am I doing as a black man to make sure that I'm not falling into that?
Right.
What am I doing today? It's not wrong to look good.
No, it's not.
It's not wrong. But am I spending more money to look good than I am in investing in something that'll bring me more money? That
exactly.
If I do look good, if I am spending some money on something, it's not killing me and it's not really coming out of my pocket. It's coming from something that's already making money. And I can afford to do that.
And that's the point.
Okay.
You're supposed to spend your money wise. That's the point of spending your money wisely.
Okay, so that's a good term. Spend wisely. How about invest wisely? And we're not talking about just stocks and bonds, and that, I think that's played out. Investing in yourself.
Yeah.
Investing in
educating yourself.
your business. Mm-hmm. Investing in educating yourself on what's popping.
Right.
And investing in yourself to try to see what's coming up, man, and what's next. Mm-hmm. It's always a next.
But shouldn't always be a time for a person to come to that conclusion and say when it's time for me to do that in my life? Like, everybody conclusion ain't the same. Like, I may want to go out in the streets and have fun. Everybody have had that time in their life where they was spending money. Right.
Yeah.
And now that my life is together so far, I could talk about it. I could say, oh, why you wearing this or why you wearing that? Right. Let him live his life and let him come to the term and see it for itself. And then you'll learn to say, damn, man, all that money I spent back then. Or you could take it for what somebody say and then change now.
Think about it this way, babe. Think about it this way. If, let's say, a white boy had got as much money as you had got back in the day, you know what I'm saying? And instead of fuck up and, you did your time and everything, you saved it, you will be better off right now. That white boy knew he didn't need that. His teeth were still snaggletooth.
Not all.
He didn't care.
Not
but
all.
Get what I'm saying here. That's the point here. A lot of them will decide to live in a trailer home and, whatever, live poor or whatever, and save their money until later.
I say if you did some type of conservative thing where you could see like 50 of these blacks and 50 of these whites did that same thing, I could say probably the whites probably do better with their money. But not all. You know what I'm saying?
Not all. There's a different mentality.
I wouldn't say not
There's
all.
There's something ingrained in us.
It's because we don't have as much of a money education as they do. They had no
that's
money.
part of it, but that's part of it. But there's something that's ingrained in us. This goes back.
Oh yeah.
This goes back. We can go back to the motherland. Mm-hmm. There's something ingrained in us that it wasn't the white man that came into the jungles and villages and took us.
No.
That it was other blacks that sold us to the white slave owners to get our out of there. Mm-hmm. Okay, this is something that goes back there. Mm-hmm. Okay, this is something that's in us.
But when you put it that way, like you said, we come from the motherland, the land of milk and honey, gold, diamonds, and silver. And that's probably why we feel like, no, but that's probably, they did back in the day, and that's probably why we feel like we're supposed to have this on. Because we all walked around like that back in the day. They all walked around like
Not
that.
Not all. Everybody wasn't no king. You had kings.
But
everybody wasn't no king, and everybody family had it.
No,
you always
but a lot
had
of
rich
them
and
did
poor.
but a lot of them had gold that was accessible because that was their money. That's what I'm trying to get you to see. You know what I'm saying? And then you come to this country where gold isn't your money anymore. It's jewelry. Mm-hmm. It's different.
I understand that, but it's just, we spend so much money and time on trying to look good and want to look good now and don't think about looking good, how we can look good
in the future,
financial-wise.